Be afraid. Be very afraid. And I don't mean this truly creepy new picture that Meghan Markle has just released, looking stalker-like. Apparently that is to promote as ever. But what I'm actually talking about is the fact that Ms. Markle herself should be afraid, because I can reveal Tom Bower, who has been working on the sequel to Revenge for some time, has secured a big money serialisation deal with Rupert Murdoch's News UK, specifically the Times newspaper, but I believe it may also extend to the Sun newspaper too, to reveal the first bombshells from his book, which is expected to further damage the Madam of Montecito. And let's be honest, the damage could not be any worse after the revelations from the Kardashians this week. So let's get into it all with royal YouTube sensation Lauren the Insider. Lauren, so great to have you on the show today. What do you think Tom Bower is preparing to unleash in Revenge Part 2?
I think it's going to be explosive because Meghan Markle can't control this narrative. Tom Bower is incredibly well respected. And at the end of the day, we want the truth, and we can't get the truth from the Royal Rota. We can't get the truth from Meghan Markle or Prince Harry. They are pathological liars. They cherry pick what they want to believe or what they want us to believe. And this book is a real problem for Harry and Meghan. It starts to make sense why they are on some crusade for us all to be censored and for shows like this, Dan, to not be allowed to air narratives that are true that they don't want people to know.
Totally. And what is interesting, Lauren, and of course, we've both been in that mainstream world in the past, the Sun and the Times did not do a deal with Tom Bower for his book on the Beckhams. And it was because those two newspapers are in the pockets of the Beckhams. They didn't want to run negative revelations about the Beckhams. I'm told that there is some disappointment from Bower that the Mail did not bid for Revenge Part 2. But of course, that is because the Mail's coverage of Harry and Meghan is now corrupted because of the ongoing court case, which is still taking place in the High Court. I would argue, though, from Tom Bower's point of view, the Sun and the Times, not a bad spot to land in terms of selling this book.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the fact that the Mail didn't buy the serial, I think that speaks volumes. They have a huge royal audience, and this very much shows that your mainstream media is playing the game and is censoring news coming to you. It's also incredibly interesting that they're splitting the serial across two different newspapers as well. This will drive Harry absolutely mad. He will be furious about this because they have no control over this whatsoever.
No, indeed, but the Mail is running scared, and that is exactly what Harry wanted. Should just point out, when it comes to Tom Bower, he does a lot of deep research for his books. For example, Revenge Part 1, I'm more than happy to say I sat with Tom, I took him through a whole load of my reporting, and for the sequel, he has even traveled significantly to Canada and the US. And do you remember he was on the ground actually at the Invictus Games, where he was challenged by Sugars in the Sussex squad, who sort of unleashed abuse on the elderly man.
I think this is such an interesting development because Tom Bower is forensic in his investigations, and he does them over a period of time. This is not like a Daily Mail hatchet job or anything like that. He has a very solid track record. I can't wait to read this. There are many, many unanswered questions when it comes to Meghan Markle, and I believe Tom Bower will absolutely be able to connect the dots. You know, for so long, there have been rumors that many of us believe are true. And I think someone like Tom Bower can get these across the line and get them in print and prove that they are true, because she's got a very, very questionable past. Lots of things don't add up, but people in the public domain are kind of branded conspiracy theorists or trolls. And they're not. They're just critically thinking, and they're challenging the propaganda narrative that Meghan Markle force feeds down people's throats.
Indeed, it's going to be explosive, and I am here for it, put it that way.
Me too.
Can I ask you, though, about crazy Meghan? Like, why is she doing these black and white crazy pictures? Royal News Network posted on this. Do you need a crazed woman with a large bowl of raspberries hiding behind a menu to stalk her latest victim? Enter Meghan Markle. Yes, this is the psychotic image Meghan is choosing to put on her website as a promotional image for her as ever brand that's supposed to be about a love language. Nothing about that image screams love, joy, hosting, entertaining, or anything else. She looks like a crazed stalker who put on the most conspicuous outfit she could find to follow the country club clique she was kicked out of for stirring up drama. Seriously, what's with the ugly hat, the raspberries, weird black menu, the flashing of a massive diamond ring, and more importantly, what does this have anything to do with her brand? This image should have ended up in the trash can for being so ridiculous and stupid, but Meghan has no sense of business branding, style marketing, or anything else. It shows badly. And of course, this followed up, Lauren, the image of Meghan from earlier in the week, which was meant to be for Valentine's Day, but was again her catatonically and hysterically laughing in black and white on her own.
She's not right in the head. I mean, part of me finds this so funny that she would have curated a photo shoot, paid for a photo shoot, probably micromanaged every aspect of this, and this is the final image. The image of the menu reminds me of her trying to channel, Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, but it's all gone wrong. It's so ridiculous. You have to laugh, but also it makes you think, who is Meghan Markle surrounding herself with? It evidently is just people that she is paying to tell her she's fabulous and she's great. But if this is the results, then you have to truly question. They must be leaving work every day, absolutely pissing themselves, because you cannot look at any of this with a straight face and think it's respectable. She's still trying to flog her jam spread and has now resulted to dressing up as a spy.
And Lauren, much more is emerging in terms of the fallout from Kardashian photogate. And we've now heard from Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian, whose brutal takedown made it clear that Meghan was absolutely lying. But what's interesting is some meat is being put on the bones in terms of how it wasn't just the Kardashians who Harry and Meghan were lying to and about. It was also their head of PR, Meredith Mains.
Meghan Markle is bracing for fresh and potentially explosive revelations as author Tom Bower secures a major newspaper serialisation for Part 2 of Revenge. Insiders say the timing couldn't be worse, with renewed scrutiny already circling the Sussex camp and questions mounting about what this next instalment could reveal and who it could implicate. Tonight we break down what a national serialisation really signals, why publishers are backing this so aggressively, and how damaging the fallout could be if new claims gain traction in the mainstream press. We'll also bring you the latest royal news, including continuing fallout from the Kardashian saga that has reignited debate around credibility and celebrity narratives. Joining us is Lauren, the insider, with behind-the-scenes insight into what's being said off-camera, why Hollywood is watching closely, and why this moment could mark another turning point in the Sussex story. Join the channel, like and subscribe for fearless, independent royal coverage you won't get anywhere else. Turn on notifications and tell us in the comments. Will Revenge, Part 2, change everything? This story is building fast, and we're tracking every move.
Harry and Meghan's photogate backfire, how the Sussexes got caught lying about a Kardashian consent crisis that never was. And she reported shortly after Photogate, the Sussexes' 11th head of PR, Meredith Mains, quietly gave her notice. Her last day with the couple was just before the holidays. She was manipulated, a source told me. Once you realize your clients are willing to throw you under the bus with fabricated stories, you can't keep working for them. It ruins your reputation. Without your reputation and PR, you are nowhere. This isn't Harry and Meghan's first credibility crisis, but it might be their most damaging because the lie is so blatant and easily disprovable. They didn't embellish or exaggerate. They fabricated evidence to support a false narrative, and they got caught. Every future Sussex claim will now be examined through this lens. Are they telling the truth or manufacturing another crisis? And this was backed up from Tom Sykes of the Royalist Substack, who reported that the Kardashians doubled down on denying posting Harry and Meghan pics without consent, but with exclusive details. He added, when Prince Harry and Meghan made up the cock and bull story about having been provided with consent forms, and which they had ticked no to on social media, I am told it was a major red flag for their chief publicist, Meredith Mains, who formally left her role a few months later, dismayed by the couple's antics. The Royalist can reveal that Mains believes she was misled on the facts about the phantom consent forms, and that the mess, which saw Kardashian's people straight up deny to the Royalists that they had issued such forms to their guests, contributed to her decision to leave the role after less than a year. So, Lauren, I've been desperate to talk to you about this because, of course, your past was as one of these PRs trying to manage celebrities' reputations. But before I get you to weigh in case you didn't see this bombshell, truth bomb drop, mic drop moment from Kim and Khloe, here it is again.
So good.
So good.
Mom and Meghan have been friends for some years now, and they have a really sweet relationship. We took a photo, and then I think we were all going through them. We're all, communicating about like what we're going to post. We're never ones to post without permission. We are like, it's not who we are.
We're very respectful.
Yeah, like we have the craziest, funnest photos from that night, but we were posting just like fun photos, and so
Dignified photos.
We were totally, we were told that it was totally cool to post, and then after it was posted, I think they realized it was Remembrance Day, and they didn't want to be seen at a party, even though it's already up.
Mm-hmm.
And then taken down. And then I think they realized like, oh, this was so silly.
And they did Baby to Baby right before.
Well,
they
it's
did
like a
red
charity
carpet.
event. So like that was fine, but maybe not partying and dancing on the dance floor and whatever. So we took them down
Because we're
to
respectful.
respect Remembrance Day.
Yes.
And then you just gotta laugh at like the situation sometimes and just like lighten it up and be, if everyone's taking it the wrong way, like lean in. I was like, we should do a full Skims campaign. Take the photo, even just us. Like I'll shoot you at mom, post it and then delete it like 30 minutes later. And then I say, oh, sorry, I didn't have permission to post those photos for the
You
campaign.
should do that.
That's what I was like, that would have hit so funny.
You should do, yes.
If we just made it light and made it
Right.
funny. I think it would have been like received differently. But I hated how that was received for everyone. That sucks.
Well, it was made into something.
It was just made into something that was so crazy and ridiculous that just didn't have to be.
So, Lauren, oh my goodness, you know so much about this. First question, though. If you are a PR, which you were to big stars in the United Kingdom, and your client is lying to you, surely you can't stay. That means the relationship is completely impossible to navigate. So in some ways, do you have sympathy for Meredith Mains here?
So I was in the same position as Meredith Mains. I had a client that would continuously lie to me, and it gets to the point where it becomes really dangerous because not only are you trying to defend the client's reputation, but your reputation is on the line as well. And I knew when Meredith Mains left, it would not be over one incident. It very rarely is over one incident, Dan. It is a accumulation of clients treating you like shit, lying to you, and you're just having to put out fires all the time. And we know Meghan Markle doesn't tell the truth. And so I'm not surprised that this was the outcome that happened. And I think it's very interesting. Harry and Meghan weren't sorry. They were sorry they got caught. And this is what I always say. The world is a stage. It's all for optics. So they weren't with veterans for Remembrance Day. They weren't doing something to celebrate or commemorate rather this quietly. No, the little grifty duo, they were walking through Hollywood where they knew there was paparazzi. And Meghan Markle has previously worn a poppy on occasion when she was in the UK. She wasn't wearing a poppy, which is disgusting. But then they want the optics to be that, oh, it's bad for us to be seen like this. They are so awful. And then we have them probably coming over in the summer for Invictus and wanting to, oh, let's pull all the veterans in to get attention, to amplify our PR, strategy, to get our faces in the press. They are the most disgusting couple. And the clip of Kim Kardashian and Khloe is so interesting.
Because they were respectful, Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, look,
respectful but damning.
Nothing happens in, the Kardashians world that is not micromanaged. I had a client who was a prominent character on the show, and the amount of thought that goes into things is unbelievable. And so with this clip, you very much see Kim and Khloe massively throw Meghan Markle, quite rightly, under the bus, but it's done in a very, very clever way, because how Kim and Khloe are talking, when you transcribe it, it looks perfectly nice, perfectly pleasant, but it's more the eye rolls. It's the, well, we're respectful, we're this, we're that. They are master manipulators.
Oh, yeah. And Lauren, there were so many beautiful little digs, like when Khloe said, oh, but she had gone and been pictured at the Heart to Heart event beforehand. Oh, it was just so good. There were so many little digs.
Khloe and Kim, they would have rehearsed that 100%.
Yes.
That is not off the cuff. And, the sweet friendship. No, they evidently don't have a sweet friendship.
Yeah. Well, what I liked is it's my mom's friendship. I thought that was so telling too. It's like, don't blame us for Meghan. That's mom, and she has a whole load of crazy friends. The other thing I wanted to ask you from a PR perspective is I loved Kim's idea, and I think it actually would have been a moment for Meghan, but she turned it down. This concept of, actually, let's just make fun of this. Come over, we'll do a little amateur skim shoot and then take it down 30 minutes later. That would have been so funny. But Meghan has a complete sense of humor bypass and fails to ever laugh at herself, which I think is one of her biggest problems.